So very good afternoon to all the aspirants. So I'm Rajiv. I'm faculty in charge placements at BINTech, and along with me there are my placecom members also. You can see the screens being on. Uh, Nitesh is there. Rahul Jalan is there. Purinder Singh Tomar is there. Nitesh Shah and Megha, and one more will going to join. So uh, I think yes, Mr. Vedant, you had to yes. So what I'll be doing, I'll be starting the what is called as the discussion of on a certain what is called as the issues, which I think I need to disable the sorry enable the sharing also. Anshumanji, kindly help with it. Anshumanji.
Yes, sir, you are getting the right. Sangeeta ma'am is on the job.
So I'll be presenting before you the two parts. One is about the placements, and second is how to look for what is called as creating your ROI. And when I say the ROI path, there are several things which we generally talk about. So here my screen is on. I think you people be able to see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
So okay. Uh, I'm talking about landing your dream job, the ROI of PGDM education. But yes, I talk about placements that are at BIMTech, and this is about you all. So I'll talk about placements at BIMTech, where we are, and this is last 6 year. And if you look at, this is the percentage of placements we have done. And when I talk about 2018-20, that means the year 2019, and 2019-21, when the year 2020, that was the COVID year. Even during the COVID year, we were 97, 96% placed. Of course, it took a longer time, but we were able to reach that particular level of requirement. And this year, again, a market is really difficult. And as on date, we are 85% placed. And still, we have a good number of companies in place. Processes are going on. And I think by 31st March, we'll be able to make our requirement. That is called as the break even of the placement ROI. If you look at the placement number of companies, this is the data which I'm showing you. You can see when I say 423 by 129, that means for placing 423 people, we used 129 companies. In the batch 2022, we have placed 408 students using 108 companies. Last year, it was 367 strength of the batch was. We used 94 companies. Then you can see the conversion. That is 4 students per company is the average which we are able to maintain. As on today, if we look at our standard, we have placed 400 and
Sir, sorry
400.
to interrupt. Sir,
Yeah,
sorry to
please.
interrupt you. I think the PPT is not like the slides are not really working. Yeah, we are on the correct slide now. Yes.
Uh, there's some issue with I think the network over here. Okay, so if we say this year, as on today, we have almost placed 410 students, and we have received 111 companies, and we have processed 102 companies as on date. And we are maintaining the same average of around about 3.79 students per company. These are the companies which have already made mark here at BIMTech, and you can very well see. Uh, you can name the company. Every company from every sector is here, right from Elstorm to Gati, from Accenture to Wipro. This is Purinder. Screen can be seen
Sir,
now.
yes, sir. The data is visible, yes, sir.
So I'll compare the sector-wise breakup here. If you look at the sector-wise breakup, for example, BFS, that means banking and financial services. Last year it was 19%. This year, as on date, 21%. Consultancy last year 24. We are able to maintain this year also 24%. If you look at market research, last year it was 3%, this year it is 1%. FMCG, FMCD, 3 to 2%. This is what is going on. Insurance, last year 17, this year 15%. IT, ITS, last year was 15%. This year we are able to reach 21%, despite the fact that the market is not doing that good. Manufacturing 8%. This includes all automobile, FMCG, FMCD companies. Others 7%. These are logistics and other companies, supply chains, media companies and all. And retail 8% last year, 2% this year. If you look at the packages going on, this is up till last year. This year, as of today, we are able to maintain nearby 11.5. But yes, still students are yet to go. So final report will come after 31st March only. This is batch-wise breakup up till last year. This year, if you look at in PGDM, the highest has been 22, and in the retail, the highest has been 24. Sorry, in the retail, highest has been 16.6. IB also 16.6, that is Maruti India Limited. And in PGDM, second is 18 lakhs, that is JK Tires. So companies are, this is a particular breakup, and this year also our highest domestic is 22, international is 25.
Presentation is still on the previous slide.
This one?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Now it's correct.
Okay. You can see this?
Yes, sir. It's visible
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This slide. Average domestic CTC.
No, sir.
No,
We are
sir,
on
the
average
slides.
compensation.
Sir, if I may share the screen.
You please, if you can do that.
Yes, sir. Anshuman, sir, can you please let me have the rights? Okay, I have the rights with me now. So, is my screen visible to all?
Yes, it's there.
Okay. Give me a second, just.
Prinder, move it.
Okay. I think the slides are changing.
Changing. This one I was on to. If you look at the industry-wise breakup, this is the breakup as on 85% what we have placed. This is if you can look at all BFS and I, that is insurance, consulting, FMCG, FMCD, ITS, manufacturing, that is automobile sector, retail. We are more or less able to manage what is called as the breakup, what we were there last year. So placements as of that 85% is over, and I think we have still 30 more companies to go. By 31st March, we'll be able to meet that, I think, level. Put in the next slide. This is the CTC which I was sharing. Last year, if you look at 21-23, highest was 23 LPA. This time it is 25 LPA, and domestic highest is 22 LPA. And the Blacklock is the company which has given that highest package. And we are able to maintain nearby the same CTC or a little bit, maybe above 8 also. But yes, still students are yet to go. Average number will come only after 31st March. And this is the program-wise breakup. If you look at for the PGDM, last year it was 19 as the highest. For IB, it is 16. For IBM, it is 14.5. For RM, it was 16. For DM this year, it is 22. Even for IB, it is 22. For IBM, highest is 15. And for RM, highest has gone to, same 15. Last year, the same 16. 16 is the same, is there for the RM this year also. Yes, go ahead, sir. Now I'm talking about internship also, please. If you look at the internship, I'm sharing you two different datas. And these data are for 2 different years, but yes, you can see the blue and the red line. When we say campus placed, that means the number of students who are being given internship from the campus, and the number self-placed, that means who went to their either home companies, or they went to their friends looking for the companies, or they pursued their own interest in entrepreneurship or other areas. So this is the number which look after themselves, and the rest is being placed by the college. Please. Status of today, we have reached 100, nearly like 180 people being given internship at BIMTech campus. Rest process is still going on. Student has to join from 1st of May. So by 30th April, we'll be able to meet the total requirement. If you look at the average stipend, this year also, like the batch 22-24, we are having the highest 70,000 this year also as the highest, and average is nearly maintained at around about 20-25,000 of what is called the stipend is being really maintained at this point also. Next slide, Purinder. This is, we say with stipend, without stipend. This is the percentage which we go with and without stipend. If we go, because there are two types of companies which give stipend, which give really a good projects. And sometimes we go to the startups which gives really, really good projects. And there they don't pay stipends. So we try to catch the projects, more important projects that are more important for your career rather than the stipend. So at that time also we provide certain what is called as the internship without stipends also, and you can see the percentage breakup: 84-16 and 83-17. This is for the last 2 years. I think similar figure will come for this year also. Now the question comes, how we support getting to such kind of what is called as conversions or such kind of packages. So before I start, let me give you how we think, what our mission is behind this particular process. Please. So our mission vision, which is well commenced, I think well being articulated by the college. Our mission also is, next slide, our mission is also, no, next one.
This one, sir?
No, not last one, the next, the previous one.
This one.
So our mission is also to provide you with the what is called as job in commensurate with your preferences, in commensurate with your what is called the competencies, and we try to fetch students according to that also. So we tried moving students in that direction. Please go ahead, sir. So when we see your journey over, say, 2 years of stay at BIMTech, you can see 3 months with the admission process, another 18 months you are in the education part, that is called your curriculum process, and the last 3 months are with the placement process. But yes, when we start preparing a student, we don't see only last 3 months. From the day one, we catch hold of your hand. We start preparing you, and how we go on to that, Purinder? I'll start briefing on the structure of CCR.
Yeah.
And your slide is not moving. Yeah, structure of CCR. Please, next slide. If you look at the structure, we, as a chairperson, I'm there as Rajiv, and then I'm being supported by a faculty committee, which is almost 11 members. And they are from all programs, so and all domain areas. For example, if I say a domain area, I start saying domain areas like, for say, marketing, finance, operations, HR, then analytics, IT, strategy. So faculty comes from each area. Same way that there is a professional staff, we call this a training placement officers, TPOs. So there is a team of 7 professional staffs to support us. And then there is 2 more committees, which I call the students committee. We have an 18 members committee. One is called as Placecom, another is called as Club Meteor. I'll brief you on Club Meteor, but Placecom, you understand, Placecom means a placement committee, which is a body of students which supports. And I think when you are meeting my 5 or 6 of these members over here also, they all come from this particular committee. Please. So when this process starts, we have a certain activities which we do, and these activities are going on round the year. There is, I say, it goes on in circularity. It keeps on happening. And one by one, we keep emerging these activities. We can go to the next slide, Purinder. So the first activity, what we do is the activity of getting to the industry, managing data, corporate visits, calling, mailing, and other engagements. This is a part of our job, which I think say my all TPO member, my PlaceCom members keeps doing around the year. Second area is our industry exposure. When I say industry exposure, that means training, engagement, and we name their terms like SIP, Summer Interns Project, STP, Short Term Project, OGTs, on-job trainings, live projects. So these are the parts which we call as a part of the industry exposure. And I think when we think of building and what you call as our ROI, this plays a very vital role in your profile, in your CV, in your resume. And then comes the corporate competition. So I just mentioned a club called as a Meteor Club. Meteor Club is all about corporate competitions. That means how we prepare students for the competitions, how they give them the platforms, how they can use those platforms, and they can prepare themselves very well on that. Training and development, around the year activities. I think when I say campus to corporate, we means your resume preparation, your GD and PI preparation, your case analysis aptitude, your aptitude test, all your soft skills. So there is a team behind this. There's a team of a business communication faculties which are here at DreamTech. Along with CCR, we bring in HRs from the companies, we bring in the consultants from the industry, and the subject matter experts who prepare you throughout the year for facing these placements. And then comes the skill and domain enhancement intervention. I think when we look for the ROI, skill domain enhancement means certification also plays a very vital role. Workshops also plays a very vital role in your CVs. How you have honed your skill, acquired new skills. This is also important. So these all the activities we keep doing. So one by one, I brief on those activities, and at the same time, I'll request all my PlaceCom members if they want to add in. They're most welcome to add in on any point of time. Put in the next slide. Surinder? Slide is not moving. Yeah, Nitesh, please go ahead.
Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Nitesh. So, meanwhile, Purinder faces this internet issue. I personally wanted to highlight one important area that CCR and Placecom together organizes every frequently. Like we have it almost each month. So we, along with all these training programs and all, we also have CXO sessions wherein you get an opportunity to directly interact with all the executive level staffs of different top organizations such as BlackRock, Deloitte, or Accenture. And this was my personal favorite. Reason being, first thing they would come, they would deliver their personal experience, and secondly, they would also help you understand how what is expected out of the students in the corporate journey, right? We most of us who are freshers, this is an opportunity wherein you get an opportunity to ask questions directly to them, right? And it is really helpful. So this is what I wanted to share about the CXO sessions that we have at BIMTech.
Hi everyone, my name is Megha Parekh. I also want to highlight one more thing. As Nitesh was talking about CXOs, so what happened in CXOs is you are building your networks. You are getting in touch with big corporate, four bigs companies and these kind of things. So when you're having a daily interactive session with these kind of people, you kind of build up your network, you kind of build up your LinkedIn, which is kind of very imperative for you in an MBA program if you are trying to get jobs or internships in these big companies. So I hope you all have your LinkedIn right now. One of you can answer. Hi Vishal. So when you will join BIMTech, or you can see on our LinkedIn page as well that we have uploaded some CXOs which came from BlackRock company. So we can't share the names here, but if you will see our LinkedIn, official BIMTech LinkedIn ID, you will see the post on there.
Any other questions you have, you can ask, and then we can further proceed. Okay. Prinder, I am sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
So before I further plunge into, let me give you a glance of one particular thing. We call this as what we are offering. because I think this has to be very well, I think, being understood by you people. What we are offering to you is these four programs. We say PGDM, which is our general management program. Along with there are sectoral specific three programs. We call this IB, IBM, and RM program. And when we offer you, we don't only offer you program, but we offer you, we call this a dual specialization. So when I say PGDM and IB program, we have 9 specializations to be offered to every student. For example, if you look at the functional specialization side, you can see very well in the functional specialization, you have marketing, you have finance, you have operations, HR, and strategic management, which is being opened from this year. And a business specialization, we say the second specialization, we call this as the data analytics, BFSI, banking, financial services, and insurance, digital business, that is the technology industry, tech industry. For example, you talk about the fintech, insurtech, or other tech companies, and IT and ITS. So these are the 9 we say specialization we offer to our students. And if we look at, there is a combination of all of them. That means one student, for example, you are into the marketing field and you want to do digital business, you can take 2 specializations in one go: marketing plus digital, or marketing plus VFSI, or marketing plus analytics. That means you have the stance to go for all these combinations, which is quite easily available. But of course, there is a process we follow behind it. There's a process we follow behind it. If I look at the IBM program, this screen is, I think, visible to you people. If I look at IBM and IRM program, these are the 2 programs. If you look at the IBM Insurance Business Management program, we offer courses in life insurance, non-life insurance, P&C courses, reinsurance courses, and health insurance courses. So this is a combination of these all courses over 2 years. Along with us, we prepare our students in all the technology side of these courses. That is, for example, Excel, Python R, data visualization tools, CAT modeling tools, emerging technologies, other kind of management technologies also being taught in the class. And of course, the business analyst area also, because nowadays, many companies are hiring in the IBM, that is the insurance business program. They come from the IT background, consulting backgrounds. For example, even the big fours are hiring the IBM students. And this is why these CAT modeling or emerging technology areas are also very important for the students. When you look for RM side also, retail operations, buying, merchandising, logistics, supply chain operations, e-commerce, and a mall management courses. These are the main offering over here. But along with this, again, Excel, Python, data visualization, business, and of course, retail etiquettes is also being the part of this what is called the comprehensive curriculum, which prepare a student to face the industry at large. So this particular development is done from that side, that if you are looking for a good ROI, we are providing you all thing which is called as a curriculum, all kind of what is called as the domain understandings in that particular area. Anyone want to add from IBM or IB course?
So talking about IBM, we have collaboration with different institutions like Swiss Re. We have reinsurance technical support from them. So they come to teach us about how reinsurance really works in the real world. And talking about CAT modeling, we have a collaboration with Moody's RM. So they emphasize more upon CAT modeling, how that catastrophic losses are affecting your portfolio.
Vidya, please mute yourself.
And also we have different collaboration with CII, like Charter Insurance of India, Charter Insurance Institute UK, where you can get exemption for DIP CII. So there are various collaboration that we have in this domain, which I think gives you an edge over the other institutions that are providing these opportunities. Thank you.
So going further, just look at my screen. This screen shows a resume, a CV. We call this, in our language, we call this as a profile. Profile means how recruiters looks at you. So you look at one by one. There is a row which talks about work experience, industry exposure. There is a row which talks about work exposure. Then there is a row, if you look at these rows very clearly, look at the row below this particular, they talks about competitions and achievement, positions and responsibility. extracurricular activities. Of course, work experience plays a very vital role. Now, the question is, if you are a fresher, then how you will see yourself with that kind of work exposure over a period of time, or how you will going to have your profile being ready for the ROI which you are looking for from the PGDM program. So looking at that, I'm going to now depict one by one the kind of activities we do and how we add value to these particular curriculum, or we call this a particular profile of yours. The first activity what we do is called as industry relationship. This is, as I said, is an ongoing process which is done by our TPOs, and we call this as mapping competitive analysis. So that means we don't do anything which is called as in ear, but we have a very strong process of strategizing how this economic conditions will going to work, how this year market will be, what will be the requirement from the recruiters coming up, which sector will going to hire more. Please, can you mute yourself? Which particular sector we're going to hire more, which sector will not going to hire, what kind of profile will be hired. This kind of mapping, competitive analysis, and data update, mining and refinement is done right in the beginning, and we do it every year in the month of March and April, so that we should know how the placement for this coming year will going to be. Then mailing, communication, and of course to the existing and potential recruiters. That means we start meeting them, we start sharing the gratitude, that means thanking for the last year's process, requesting for the empanelment for this year, our hiring plan, our invitations to them. Then our visits and touch base. This is third part, we call this the rapport building. Because for example, we look this year to a company or to a sector which hadn't been doing recruitment up till now, but looking at the market condition, we may have to touch base with them also. So these kinds of visits and touch base starts doing the cordial visits, rapport building tours, increasing footprint, reaching out to invite these to our campus. We start doing this process. Then comes the engagement. Engagement means how we engage with the industry. There is not only this, by visits or sending mails the things happens, but again, our engagement process also works. And we say we organize roundtables, we organize advisory meets, conclaves, summits, conferences, and of course we also participate. For example, all kinds of seminars or what you call conferences which are being organized by these bodies like NHRDN, SHRM, EMA, NESCOM, SHM, CII, FICCI, PhD. You can see BIMTech representing themselves via somebody in these kind of conferences to reach out to more and more recruiters. And then the PlaceCom activities comes into picture. So they start organizing CXO talks, what I think a few minutes back Nitesh talked about, webinars, roundtables, lyceum, guest sessions, visiting assignments. And of course, we participate in several kind of engagement, other engagement, we call it a corporate sponsored competition, quizzes, games, seminars, and other kind of campus engagement events, which are online, offline, and of course, certification courses also. So for example, we got the certification courses coming from, say, a company like IBM. We are having a company like we'll call it Microsoft Azure. We have it from the Salesforce. So we also provide these kind of activities. And of course, campus engagement during the placement season. This is the last factor when the campus process starts. Again, PlaceCom as well as the team of the staff and faculty, we also keep meeting our recruiters. So this is how we keep engagement going on at every point of time. Now I talk about the industry exposure, how we build the industry exposure. I think my slides are working.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So if I look at the internship and projects is one of the things which almost every student will look for. So we start with, we call this as summer interns project. This is 2 to 3 months. When I say 2 to 3 months, it depends upon, for example, during the COVID years, batches starts late. So we had this internship for only 2 months. But post-COVID, the things were going on for the last year. Last year, we had 3 months of summer interns project. We call this as a period change, which we do according to our academic requirements. Then we also give you what called as short-term projects. Next month, in the month of March, our PGDM students are going for these kinds of short-term projects. I think 300 of them are going for this project. And this is 7 to 14 days of projects. Of course, a student wants to do those projects during the other part of the year, they can do. From trimester 2 onwards, 10% of the batch can always go and do these STPs on regular basis. This is a floating kind of floating process keep happening throughout the trimesters. Then we call this the live projects. Live projects Means you can do it virtually on campus also. They are generally done in the evening, and they can range anywhere between 7 days. And I have seen people working 3 months, 6 months. I think if you can speak to Nitesh, Nitesh has worked for more than 6 months, I think, Nitesh.
Yes, sir.
So he was working with a company called as Cvent, and he worked on live project for more than, I think, 6 months.
Yes,
And
sir.
then
And
the on job, yeah, you were having
so
something.
I joined in last April and I've been working till date today.
Yes. So for now he's offered job from Cvent. So he's the employee of Cvent now. This is why he's saying he's still working with them. And then the OJT format is called as the on-job training. This is basically for the retail students who want to pursue their career in retail. They can go for on-job training. So these are the kinds of projects I say within your CV, your experience cards starts working from here. So that means you need to have one SIP, 2 to 3 short-term projects, one live project. This will going to give, and I think what is called as a huge amount of advantage to you when you see your recruiters with this kind of experience you have on your side. Not only this, we have other initiatives also. We call this as connect to the corporate. And as I said in the I think a few minutes back, CXO talks. Then we say coffee clash. Coffee clash is another format of talks. We say on coffee, informal talk with the industry experts, subject matter experts, even our senior alumni who comes from the different domain specific. For example, within the say suppose in the area of IB, and we want students to understand how the documentation happens at the ship, at the wet port or the port. For that, we invite alumni who is working with a company we call the DP World, Dubai Ports World. He came and he talked about this particular factor, how the documentation, what kind of documentation happens. For example, in the CAT modeling, what is called the catastrophic modeling, which is area in the IBM area, we invited our alumni from a company who came down and he spoke to our students. What do you mean by CAT modeling? How you should learn doing CAT modeling? So this is a part which we do under CAT Coffee Clash. Then there's a Lyceum master class. That means a project being given by the industry, and you prepare along with your batchmates, and then you present before the company that okay, this is what I have learned about it. This is how you can think of the solution for this kind of problem, and you can use our like what's called as recommendations also if you find good to your requirement. But of course, during this, the learning of the student is really good. It's a very deep learning into the area. Lunchbox session, and of course organized by the company's campus connect program. Lunchbox session means when our placement season is on and a JD comes from a company, and we want that students should know what the JD is, how to prepare for it, what the company wants, how the interviews or GDs takes place by the company. For that, we invite our alumni from last 2 to 3 years who have joined those industry or that particular company. They come and do this preparatory sessions. We call this preparatory as a lunchbox sessions. Anybody want to add on this particular side?
Hello
I
everyone.
think, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Rahul,
Hello.
go on.
Okay. So hello everyone. I'm Rahul. I'm adding on to Sir point, just like Sir mentioned about the lunchbox session. So we at CCR, so we provide a document also to the student where we mention about the company, the job profile, and also like what are the requirements a particular student has to be updated for while sitting for the interview. And along with this, when Sir was mentioning about a course which the college provides, so we have a financial modeling and business valuation course provided by KPMG, where we are taught about the various models related to the financial planning and modeling and business valuation, how a particular business is valued. So, yes.
So when I talk about initiative to connect with the corporate, these are also a few of the activities we keep doing. Industry excursion program, we do rural immersion program, we take a national, international port visits, summer camps or international weeks. We have a mall visits. We have a participation in seminar, conference, summit. For example, tomorrow, your first year people, that means the batch 23-25, they are going for attending a conference. 70 students of the different batches altogether are going to attend a festival, literature festival is a kind of a conference tomorrow at India Habit Center in Delhi. So they are attending this. So these are kinds of exposures which we keep giving to our students on regular basis. Few of the, I think, now what is called as testimonials I'm sharing with you. sessions happening, some CXO talks. Ashish Bhalla, you can see Ashish Bhalla is the we called as talent head, global talent head of HCL Technologies. He's there on your left hand side. We have people from Seva. We have the people who have come from the different industries. Right below on the right hand side, this is company in Eugen. People are there. Alvin, I can see Alvin on that particular pic. This is, you can see DP World. This is at the Dubai Port World in Mumbai, where our students are there standing outside. And you can see Rahul Jalan also, or even Purinder also in this picture. Rahul Jalan is there at the end. He's also standing. And on the right hand side, you can see this is the international port visit, which was being organized to Dubai ports. This is also there. These are one of the pick which is coming from the company where we made a visit and we met a conference. We kind of a conference meet we did as students. This is the company from the insurance sector. We call this a Swiss Re. And you can see one of the country head from the IDFC Bank sharing his session in the classroom. Now I'm talking about corporate competition. This is also one of the area which I see is very important. I think Rahul Jalan can give a better picture, or even a Megha can give you a better picture on this. But yeah, when I say corporate competition, before I invite both of them, we call this as a club meteor, and our focus is to prepare an ecosystem whereby our students should get equipped with all kind of tools, methods, approaches, so that they can participate in kind of competitions sponsored by the corporates. For example, at this point, Infosys competition is going on. Competition from L'Oreal, we call it the brainstorm, that is going on. Our students are appearing for that. Tata, I think some Tata Crucible or something is also going on. Students are attending that. Today, 3 or 4 students, they have gone to IIM Sirmaur, IIFT, and other colleges for attending these kind of competitions. So we keep preparing students in these case competitions, business plan competitions, quiz competition. These are the areas which we try build on it.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sorry to interrupt you in middle. I think, sir, the students are not able to see the slides.
Shall I again put from here?
Sir, I
Yes.
think I'm back with good connection and I'll be able to share my screen.
Connection is not an issue. I think some problem is going on with Zoom.
Sir, I
Zoom
think,
network.
I'll be able to manage it, sir. If you just let me share my screen, sir.
Sure. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. Okay, guys, is the PPT visible to you guys now?
Yes, Purinder, we can see it.
Okay, so as sir has already told you guys about all these things, we'll just quickly have a brief on this again, so that okay. So I think we were stuck somewhere here, internships and projects. So as sir has talked already about that, you have 2-3 months of summer internship program, and the new batch is another getting 7 to 14 days of short term projects as well, which is another followed by live projects and other things like that too. And of course, we have the OJT program for the retail students as well. We just got completed with the OJT program for the retail students. It starts in January and ends in January only. So these are the initiates and connects that Solhead has already told you guys about, that how CCR organizes all these activities throughout your 2-year PGDM program, so that you are well versed about the industry, and that you are so that you are very actively ready for your placements as well. Okay. These are the certain activities that Solhead has already talked about. This is again a connect program which which happens in the campus with the corporate, in order so that you get best of the, like, you get the information about the corporate as well, and you get the necessary trainings and updates which are currently happening in the corporate world. So again, yes, Nitesh added really a good point over here. Like IBM really has CAT training programs and other training programs. Similarly for IB as well. Similarly for IB as well, we have port visits, and then we have international week programs. We have faculty lectures, which is like really a good thing. So yeah, you can look for people over here. Sir has already talked about who are these people and from where they belong. Yeah, definitely you can have a great exposure of corporate in the campus as well. This is from the port visit. Of course, you can see Rahul Jalan somewhere here, and I am standing here also because both me, Rahul, and Megha are from IB program. This is another pics of that saying. So I think you were here.
Yeah. I was talking about these competitions, and if you look at what the media does, we can move the slides. These are the competitions which we participate. So this is how you can see our footfall or our footprints. We are uh, almost we are like touching all companies, all kind of corporate competitions. Our students are participating. You can see the good numbers are participating in that. Further, you can move. And you can see the percentage breakup of the batches, how much or what percentage of batch size is participating in such kind of competitions. This is the program wise distribution of the batches which are participating in this activity. Purinder, further. These are the various colleges where our students are going. They are participating. We are also we have also started organizing our what is called as competition. It's called as Stat View, and we also now are getting good what is called as a footfall from all these colleges. And our participation is anywhere between 700 to the size of somewhere around 2,000 people who participate at BIMTech also for these competitions. But of course, these are mostly of them are for the few rounds. First few rounds are online, and the final rounds are always done in a physical format. Yes, further. These are the prominent results. You can see the numbers. I think the numbers speaks by themselves. These are these number of people who have participated in those competition and where we stand first position, first runner up, second runner up, or we reach the semi-finals or final rounds. These are the kinds of activities which we have done over a period of time. Yeah, further. These are, I think, you can very well see our LinkedIn. You will find these congratulations coming almost every week. Every third or fourth day, you will find this happening on our LinkedIn account. Now I'm coming up with this term training and development. When I say training and development, what I mean by it, you can move the next slide. So this includes four particular areas which I spoke about. One is called the GD and PI. Of course, all 100% students are being focused on that. When I say 100% student means 100% companies are also looking for that kind of process. So almost all 100% companies are going for GD and PI process. 95% of the companies look for soft skills and interpersonal communication training. With students should be ready with the soft skills and interpersonal. So there we focus on this particular side also. And here are faculty from, as I said, business communication area. They try to prepare students. We prepare students for even aptitude tests. And when I say aptitude test, I try to say a CAT lab level test, MCAT level test, which companies does for a screening. And 70% of the company or recruiter does that. So we have to prepare students for that also. And I have seen 40 to 50% companies which goes for case analysis and guesstimate trainings requirements. So when they do their GD or their PI, it is no more like an abstract requirement, but it is a case. They will throw a case at you and they will say, okay, our GD will be on a case. Or during the PI, they start asking guesstimates. This is something which is very much prominent, mostly in the big fours or the consulting companies and IT companies. A common way of screening students. What further, sir? Skill domain and enhancement and intervention. This is another area. I think it brings a very, we call this as you can deepen your domain as well as your skills. So you can see the three areas. One is called as domain-based certifications. Second is called as online certification. Third is called the demand-based skill training and certification. So when I say domain-based, these are our regular certifications which are we provide provided by the programs, by the CCR. We keep organizing these what is called as certification programs from time to time. If students are not able to benefit out of it, online certifications we also recommend. For example, this Nitesh, who is from IBM program, Harshita, they have done that for their batch. They prepared such kind of program, what kind of certification their batchmate should do, from where they can do. These things had been prepared by both of them. I think I'll ask them to do, but before that, I must share demand-based skill training and certification means, so when placement season starts and we find, okay, this is something which is there required by our student and at a very short notice, we even go for such kind of training and certifications. And IIBA, which was used to be part of it in the early stage, now it is a part of our regular curriculum. Nitesh, you want to say, or Harshita, you want to say something about that program?
Yes, sir. Also, in certification, we have tie up with RMS Moody's. So in that we have a full 1 month certification course on CAT modeling, and also we have a 1 month full certification on CAT modeling itself from Exceedance, and we have various other certifications what we'll be pursuing it with the Swiss Re also. Other than that, students who want to do can go for basic LIII or FIII certifications for the insurance domain. And anything else, Nitesh, if you want to include it?
So also we have some exemption that we get due to our course. So we get an exemption for from IRM UK, which is a risk management body in which we get an enterprise risk management exemption for level 1. So you can directly go to level 2 examination. And also we have accreditation with CII, that is a UK body. So you can get exemption for the DIP CII, that is the first level that you need to attain before moving on to the next level. So these are the two prominent certification that gives an edge in the industry, and we have collaboration with them.
Great. Purinder, we can move further. So these are, I think, few of the certifications bodies which we have invited. We are having them at the campus. We keep organizing these kind of certifications on regular basis, and they are bifurcated from program to program. Also, sometimes it's been done by the programs, sometimes it is being done by the industry. So this keeps happening, I think. And I think in the next slide, I can show the next slide also, Purinder. This is the certifications which we have are doing from either KPMG or by Grant Thornton, I think, which Purinder was mentioning a few minutes back, even Rahul was mentioning. We have these various kind of what is called as the certifications which comes from these bodies, and they do that at our campus. Few are the part of our curriculum, and few are being given to enhance your skills, your knowledge, or your domain area, and this is how we keep helping. So overall, our I think focus is to just to give you this picture that okay, we think this way that if you're looking for such kind of ROI and you need to have a very strong profile, whatsoever is required to prepare that kind of profile over a period of say 1.5 year period, we provide you everything on campus to prepare you overall. Of course, I haven't talked much about the club and conduits. My placecom people can talk about those clubs and conduit, because this is also a part of what is called as your summer interns. Parinder, you can remove this now slide from. So we have these 19 club and conduits and another 2 club and conduits, which is Placecom. The 20th one and 21st club is we call this as Meteor Club. So these are the various clubs and conduits which also add to your personality, to your CVs, to your profile, which helps a lot during the what is called as the converting your time over here into a good strong ROI when you start facing your recruiters during the placement season. I think with this all, I'll come to rest my case, and we'll be open for any kind of Q&A, and we are open to question. But I saw one question coming from Ria. Ria asked me this question: can you please tell something about the data analytics and digital business? Yes, Ria, this is a specialization of these are the 2 specialization. When I say data analytics, you understand data analytics means the area of analytics, data science. This is the area where we prepare student with. That means from the basic understanding of the tools and techniques like Python or R or data visualization tools to predictive analytics, descriptive analytics, prescriptive analytics. Everything is being taught through AI, ML like languages are also being taught to the students, so that they should be prepared enough to face the corporate requirement on the day one when they join the companies. And when I say digital business means the digital means if you talk about the fintech industry, you talk about the insurtech industry, you talk about the wealth tech industry, you talk about the legal tech industries. These all are, or agri-tech industries, they all are into, even retail tech is now coming up with a very good number of requirements from us. One of our very good client, GoDigit, who is basically an insurtech company in the early stage, now is a general insurance company. Harshita is the employee of that company. Harshita can very well tell about that factor, how we prepare students with the digital business mindset and how they crack. So out of in that company, I think we have placed a very good number. And if you look at 40% of that number are coming from PGDM and IB program, and 60% coming from IBM program. Harshita, you can put a little, I think, light on this particular factor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Like For this, for GoDigit is one of the insurtech companies who mainly focuses on tech part only. Also, along with the collaboration with insurance sector also. A major of the batch proportion has been placed in GoDigit, and the most required thing what they ask for is how much you are like how can you simplify the process through the use of the technology per se. So, so this is all for the GoDigit company for like from my end.
Vishal, you have a question. I just went through that question, but Vishal, in public domain, we don't share such information. Sorry for that, but yeah, you can always, when you are at the campus, I can always help you with this kind of details. And yeah, how many finance companies came this year for the placement? 53 for a batch size of 102 people. Sorry, 118 people. One more question is there coming from one student, Vishal only. I joined BIMTech. I have less than 60% in 12th. So whatsoever being it, and also have a CFA 1 level 1. Vishal, if you are having less than 60% in graduation, it works up till 55, 60, it works. But in 10th and 12th, we need above 60 because most of the good recruiters, they look for this kind of number. That's how we have seen in the past years of the placements. Shalini Bagga, how many finance? Shalini, I have already answered your question. 53 companies we have opened for the student. And if you look for a very specific answer, how many finance companies per se in the consulting and other areas, it is nearly a figure of 27 companies, out of which you include all big fours, other consulting companies, and the companies like Moody's and other who are the audit firms. Then the companies who are hiring from what is called as the BFS area, banking financial services area, and then from the insurance sector. When I say insurance sector, it does not mean only sales. We have a people who are going for underwriting. We have a people who are going for claim. We have a people who are going for we call this back-end operations, and a people who are going in the finance domain only, finance or accounting of insurance companies. I think there are no more questions I can see. If anybody has any questions.
Yeah, I think I see two questions for here. What sort of a job roles can I expect from IB and operations? So yeah, definitely I'm from IB. So speaking for IB itself, we have been able to convert internships from Louis Vuitton, DP World, and other certain IB companies, which really gave great exposure because we have been to the port as well, which was totally managed by DP World. uh, a very fellow mate of mine who is from IB and has taken operations was interning in, like, he was the only person who got selected for LV, and he has had a great exposure over there. So yeah, definitely store operations were like he was there in the store, but he was operating the supply chain of LV in India. So you can expect these kind of roles for IB and operations. Then talking about RM opportunities for Vimtech, yeah, RM has great opportunities from Vimtech because as we have a really good number of companies, and definitely international packages are also offered to RM retail management. As sir told us about that, the highest package this year was also 24 lakhs. And sir, can you share the name as well here?
Landmark.
Yeah, Landmark.
25
So
lakhs.
25 lakhs was the package for retail management, and yeah. Yeah.
I think this question came from this question about retail came from somebody. I saw this question,
Sir,
and
it's Indraneel Ghosh.
so Indraneel, let me tell you, when I say retail, we have companies this year from retail Bata. We have all companies coming from Dubai from the Landmark Group. There are four verticals which came from the Landmark Group, Dubai. Then we have a company like this who did Wildcraft. They did the process over here. Oppo did the process over here. We have a company called Aditya Birla Fashion Retail, which is also called as Collective. We call this as company Madura Group Company, which also did process over here. We have a company called Under Armour. You might have heard about Under Armour also. They have also done process over here. Along with it, the company students have also appeared for the companies which are into consulting and IT sectors, basically looking for retail domain specific job. We call this as the RIMS profile, which comes from Infosys or sometimes comes from Accenture. People appear for that. There is a retail audit profile also, which comes from the big fours like EY also. So students appear for that also. And so a bifurcation happens this way within the retail sector. So companies keep looking from all the angles. Most of the companies' questions are coming for admission, I think. So
we will be answering placement related queries over here. So guys, if you have any more queries, please let us know.
I think it's 5 almost. And
Yeah. So
So we are done with the Q&A part, sir.
yes.
Okay.
I think we are over.
So before we conclude, I would extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to Mr. Rajiv sir for sharing his knowledge and time. We also appreciate the active participation of the attendees and everyone present. Please feel free to reach out for any other queries. On the behalf of the BIMTech and CCR team, I thank you once again for attending this session. Wish you all the very best in your journey at BIMTech.
Thank you all. I think minimum and maximum packages he's asking. Finance के लिए आप बता सकते हैं 22 लाख 22 is the highest for the finance. That is with the BlackRock, which I just shared. It came for the other domain also. And the minimum had been around about 8.5 or 9. 8.5, I think, fixed with 50. I think 9 is the package. Mega?
Yes, sir. 9.19 is with EY and 8.5 is fixed.
Yeah, 8.5 is fixed. That's the minimum and maximum range which is available. Yeah, being fresher is equal. Soumya, equal opportunity. So we have other things in place. I think if you just look into those factors, you can very well connect with us. You'll be getting all these information from our side. And I think thank you. It's like time, but yeah, you can always connect with us if you want to talk to us. You can have our number from the admission office and you can talk to us over the call. Thank you. Bye.